You ever wake up and wonder, what am I doing with my life and what should I continue to do with my life? What will I be doing with my life in 5 years? Yeah, me too. And depending on the stage of your life you're in, that feeling might be panic, it might be planning, I don't know. But probably there's a really big list of things you're trying to get done. You gotta figure out how to get that new job, or maybe you're getting a degree, or maybe you're not sure about where you're living now so you'd like to move, or you're in a job but you want to switch and so you have to figure out all the steps for that. And also your lawn needs to get mowed, or your landlord isn't fixing your air conditioning and you've been meaning to start a keto diet. And how can you justify reading in the middle of all of that? Right? You've got big plans, you got things to do. How can you justify sitting down and reading a book? You know, maybe you could justify it if the book is specifically related to your problem, but how can you justify reading the short stories of Anton Chekhov, or the meditations of Marcus Aurelius, or these essays by James Baldwin, or The Country of the Pointed Firs by Orne Jewett, which is just about two women who don't do anything for a whole summer. You know, what are you supposed to do with that? Well, I'm here to tell you what you're supposed to do with that. This series is called Reasons to Read, and I'd like to make the case that not only do you have time to read, you can't afford not to read. I don't mean to make you panic, life is stressful enough, but seriously, if you leave me in just a minute here, I'll explain why I think reading would be something I'd recommend starting right now. So let's take a step back and think, why are you maybe stressed out? You probably have a lot of things going on, that's fair. You know, maybe you're thinking, when my life settles down, I'll read a book. When I have my house figured out, you know, the kids are out of the house, or I have kids and then they're out of the house, and I'm at one of those jobs where I can just go and come back, and I'm not trying to get that promotion or anything, and my degrees are all gotten, and I've got enough money in my retirement, then it's time, you know, I can spend time reading philosophy or fiction, because then, I'll be in a place to use that. And I get it. Life is busy. But let me pull a quote from, surprise, surprise, Henry David Thoreau's The Journal, which I think this is the third video in a row where I've been mentioning it. This quote from The Journal is actually Thoreau quoting somebody else. He's quoting Cato. And I don't know much about Cato at all, except he's an ancient Roman person who wrote something, and Thoreau is quoting him. Cato is describing, how you should go about setting up your villa, your estate. He's writing to people who, have an estate. I don't know about you, I don't have an estate. Different culture, different place, but as you'll often find with books, still really relevant. So here we go. Thoreau says that Cato says, "In earliest manhood, the master of a family must study to plant his ground. As for building, he must think a long time about it. But he must not think about planting, but do it. When he gets to be 36 years old, then let him build, if he has his ground planted. So build that the villa may not have to seek the farm, nor the farm the villa." So what the heck does that mean? Why do we care what Thoreau says that Cato says about somebody who's going to plant trees and build a house? Think about planting. Why would Cato say you have to not think about planting? You just have to do it. Just do it. And the reason for that is plants take a minute to grow and to establish. You know that saying, the best time to plant a fruit tree was 10 years ago, the second best time is today. You can't just put a plum in the ground and get a tree tomorrow. It takes time to establish. And so Cato's saying here, hey, some things you don't have to know everything about, just get it started now, because time is not on your side. And then he says when you're 36, I don't know why 36 specifically, but when you're older, I guess, when it's time for you to build, when you're ready to make those big foundational moves, you'll already have a garden planted and ready for it. And so it's the same way with life. Don't wait until you're trying to choose a job or make a career shift to start reading books that will shape the way you think. So yes, life is going to be very, very full and very, very busy. And you're going to have some really big decisions to make down the line. And the time to prepare yourself, prepare your soul, prepare your gut for making those decisions is now, not when the decisions come. And if you're not sure what to read, you're not sure what books to pick up, listen to Cato. Don't think about planting, just do it. You'll figure it out on the way. You don't have to know everything about planting to start putting seeds in the dirt. I started some seeds this year, they're about to go outside. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure some of my plants are gonna die. But I know that you put seeds in dirt and you water them and they go in the sun, and usually things happen. And I know for a fact I'm not gonna get a darn thing if I don't plant anything. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, I would recommend, if you got a book in your house that you think you could read it for 10 minutes. Think a long time before you make big decisions, before you make those big buildings. But as far as reading goes, don't think about it, but do it. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Tim Dumas. This has been Reasons to Read. There's a whole playlist of these videos if you want to read more. And we also have a monthly mail club that I send out that, if this is your first time here and you don't know anything about me, watch a couple of the other videos, see if it's your speed. And if you'd like to know more about the mail club, I send it out every month, and it has a bunch of different bookish things. It's got old writings that I found and that I think are really helpful. It's got some of my original writing to spice it up a little bit. We've got activities, and we send it all over the world. So we've got almost 100 people in the club right now. So it's pretty great and super fun. Anyway, that's it. Happy reading. Have a great day.